Mike's Daily Podcast.
FF episode 1015. Hello, it is Mike Harold Matthews, broadcasting from Cafe Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, Mont. Today it's the finale of my interview with the brilliant Seattle singer-songwriter Kye Alfred Hillig. Plus we hear from Madame Rootabega, Valentino, Bison Bentley.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And we might have an addendum with Kevin. Evidently.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
We'll see how that goes. It turns out Jenna, Fischer, and John Krasinski really loved each other on The Office, you see. I don't know if that show was the pinnacle of comedy, but it was the peak of shipper TV. People were like, when are those two gonna get married, y'all?
Mike's Daily Podcast.
And then she cheated with the cameraman, and the show took a fall. Wait a minute.
Mike's
That's what happened, right?
Daily
I only watched like
Podcast.
a couple episodes, so
Yeah!
maybe 5. That show stressed me out, having a show in an office. It's like the way Mad Men stresses me out when I watch that show. Hey, when did the movie Spotlight come out? With John Slattery from Mad Men. That's up for an Academy Award. I didn't know that. In the ultra white Academy Award season we're having this year. And which is that why they got Chris Rock to host? They're like, no, it's not that white. Look, we got a black host of the Academy Awards. Chris Rock is going to be awesome, but still, it's going to be awkward for him because so many black actors are saying, nope, we're not going to show up. We're boycotting. This is ridiculous. We're totally being underrepresented. Now, I don't know, like I've said, I don't know any of the movies that are out. The Spotlight, I watched the trailer just now. I had no idea Michael Keaton was up for another award, or he was in a movie that was up for an award. He swept it last year, didn't he, with Birdman? Which I didn't see that movie until May of last year, well, long after it had been out. And I kind of liked it. I liked the continuous shot thing. That was pretty cool. And I noticed a lot of movies have been influenced by that continuous shot sort of thing. Oh, look who just walked in. Just now. Hello, Michael Matthews. This is Madame Rootabega. What is going on here at Cafe Anyway? Oh, Cafe Anyway. Well, I was discussing Oscars and movies and stuff. But I was also going to tell you that we've changed the name of Cafe Anyway to the House of Dumplings. Ooh, I love dumplings. I make the ones with the potato, and they taste delicious with gravy. Ooh. Oh, those type of dumplings. Okay. Yeah, why don't we have we'll have like apple dumplings. We'll have the Asian dumplings that are really good. Anything doughy and round is what we'll serve here at the House of Dumplings. There was a place in Alabama called Nothing But Noodles, and you could have like Asian noodles, the spaghetti, you could have macaroni and cheese. My ex-wife and I ate there all the time, and we got big. Huge. Oh, look who else just walked in.
Hello, dear Mike. This is Valentino, the parking attendant.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we don't care about how many white people are in the movies, as long as there are people in the movies. Because I hate those little Lego people. They freak me out there.
Yeah, we hate Lego people. Do you know that? That it's a thing that kids enjoy Lego movies. They're scary. They're scary and fun and full of action, adventure, and comedy. And kids like it, and their adult parent people enjoy it as well because they grew up playing with Legos, as did I. I made whole Lego cities and whatnot. I was totally into them. And then my mom threw out my bucket of Legos, and I knew that my childhood was over.
Mike, that's a really sad story, but I still hate Lego people, D.
Yeah, get rid of them all. Melt them down. Do you know that? Wow, that's very... I don't think I appreciate that sentiment. By the way, speaking of all the white movies and actors and whatnot, John Krasinski just said it was just in a news story that he also thinks Hollywood's gotten a bit too white. So it's all come back around. Hey, and back to the Nazis or whatever we were talking about just then with Valentino and Bison Bentley. There was a World War I U-boat found that has been lost for over 100 years. Yes, as they say, the sea keeps its secrets. It kept its secret for over a century. They were building a wind farm. There's a wind farm project in Europe. Wind farms are huge. They build them out over the ocean, lots of wind, they generate a lot of power. I think it's a great idea. My financial advisor just wrote a book about how wind farms are killing birds, and they should be all taken down because we don't need that extra power source. I don't agree with him with that, but he's a smart man, and he can write whatever he wants, and good for him for writing something. Which I disagree with. But yeah, apparently they were... this wind farm project off Scotland, they discovered this U-boat over 100 years ago. It left Germany and just disappeared. Wait, I'm getting like a text or something. Nope, I'm not. My iPhone just vibrates for no reason now. Thank you, iPhone. Thank you, Apple, for making annoying products. And finally, brainwaves. You know, we all have them, and apparently it's like a snowflake. Each one is particular to ourselves. They are a thumbprint that apparently you can't copy. And so that might be something in the future, that our brainwaves are going to become the new thumbprints. They have to put the electrodes on your head, and then they give you a couple of words, and how your brain responds to them develops the brainwave that they then take, and that is the your new form of identification. So forget about eyes, forget about thumbprints. You know how in the eyes where you look in the eye hole thing, whatever that you see in all the movies to take a picture of your cornea. Now it's going to be brainwaves. Oh, and one last thing. Did you hear that centaurs, people with horse legs? No, people that are over 100. That apparently it has grown over 44% since 2000, the amount of 100-year-olds that have been living. We're getting a big increase in people living past 100. I'm all for that. I want to live to 100 because I want to see the 60s. I was born at the very end of the 60s, so I really didn't get to see them. I don't remember anything about the 60s. I remember the 70s, but not the 60s. So I would like to see the 60s again. That's my whole plan. We'll see if I get there or not. The best laid plans often go awry. Gone off the glide, whatever the Celtic thing is. Oh, best laid plans of mouse and men. Yeah, so, yeah, basically the plans that I have laid down are similar to that of mice. And so it's not going to happen. Do mice like dumplings? Makamashu, everybody loves, and all living things love dumplings. Oh!
I don't like dumplings.
Yeah, they're too round and doughy. Like Valentino. Do you know that?
I am not round and doughy. Alright, a little bit, but not as doughy as that guy that makes the nacho cheese and the chili in the microwave and opens up the chips and is very sad.
Oh yeah, that instructional video that's been going all viral. This guy made it. We were talking about it yesterday, Haley and I, on the Daily Haley. That this guy is just showing you he might as well have been showing you how to put butter on toast. It's one of the it's all like professional, like it's a cooking show. And then I don't know who this guy is, and apparently he's never been in front of a camera either because he looks very nervous. And he shows you how to take one of those jars, those glass jars full of the already melted chili. It's like that nacho sauce, that nacho cheese, the liquid cheese. You take that. He shows you how to pour it into a bowl with some with the chili and heat it up, and then eat it with chips. And it's a bizarre thing. Oh, and then somebody put sad music underneath them because the whole thing is sad. Maybe someone should put sad music underneath this. We've got this happy piano playing in the background. So this whole show is happy, and you can't make it sad, so don't even think about it. What is sad, though, is we have the last of the Kye Alfred Hillig interviews, the last part of our interview. But we are going to hear another great song from him, and that is coming up right after I say that. Check us out on the web at mikesdailypodcast.com. And we have links to all the places you can listen to us there. You can listen to us there as well as at that website. And if you're going to buy anything on Amazon, help us out. Go through that Amazon link at mikesdailypodcast.com. Buy whatever it is you're going to buy on Amazon. And then finally, if you also want to donate to us, there's a PayPal, and you can become an Inglorious Mike's Daily Podcaster to get a special greeting from all the Cafe Anyway characters. I mean, the House of Dumpling characters. I'm going to change it back to Cafe Anyway. Dumplings are fattening. I need to watch my diet. Especially after I ate a big burrito at Taqueria del Gallos yesterday for the first time. It's in Hayward. I went there. And on the menu, it says it's the super burrito is $8.39, but my bill came out to like $9.30, and I go, oh, that must be tax or something. And I look at the menu board and it says no, tax is included. So I don't know where that extra dollar came from. Maybe it was a tip that I didn't know I was paying, but it was an amazing burrito. But probably well over 1,700 calories, and I just can't afford that right now. The calories to my body. Because I don't want to become the doughy nacho chili chips guy. Okay, interview.
Into an interview.
Okay.
I'm speaking with Kye Alfred Hillig, whom I speak to once a year, because it makes me feel good, and he's the first interview of the year, so this is awesome. And Kye Alfred Hillig, your album is called Great Falls Memorial Interchange. Why
That's
is that?
Correct.
Why did you choose that title?
The name kind of came out of we were on that last tour in spring, and we were down in California, as you well know.
Yes, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a good time. I got to watch Pete lose his mind.
Oh no! Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think I remember this story. Wait.
Yeah, he's a country bumpkin, and there were so many tall buildings and people and things were whirling at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and he was not used to that. And he was coming unchained, and he was away from his family, and he was slowly devolving.
Oh my gosh, that is crazy. And you helped him through it like a good musician friend.
Maybe so. I think I just kept on, saying horrible jokes and just kind of ran him into the earth. But I was trying to be good to him at the same time. I just can't help it. This car has one speed, so.
Oh wait, what is it's coming out of me? Was that from that trip or the one with Daniel G. Harmon?
Oh, that was from that trip. That was from this last spring's tour, and but we were at one juncture we had gotten to James Dean Memorial Interchange where he crashed his car, died.
Yes.
And I was thinking, that's kind of stuck in my head, and then later on I was thinking about my friend who had passed away, and I was thinking, James Dean was in some movies and stuff, and so that's why they erected a monument of some sort to him there, a sign, whatever, named a spot after him. But I was thinking, my friend that passed away was kind of one of my heroes, and he was from Great Falls, and I was thinking, well, no one's going to put up a monument to him, so, I'll put a flag in the ground.
That's fantastic. I would rather have the Kye Alfred Hillig monument than the one they put up for James Dean. This is awesome.
I mean, not to say that he doesn't, that it's not relevant or anything like that. I just thought, someone should do one for my friend, so to speak.
Right. But, okay, wow, Great Falls Memorial Interchange. And what is that picture that I'm seeing with it? It's like an angel or something in a church, or...
Oh, yeah, that was that's a picture that I actually took on my honeymoon. That was inside of the Carmel mission, and it just seemed to kind of match up with the feeling that I was wanting. So it, because it kind of looks memorial-ish, and there's the flowers and everything, and it has a little bit of that the feeling that I thought would match up with the songs and so forth.
I think that's like supposed to be the oldest mission in California.
It's older than time. Yeah, I mean, when you walk in there, it's pretty apparent that it's not new. But it's quite striking. Yeah, I mean, we were, my wife and I were pretty blown away walking through that.
I've just been through the cemetery and seen the old tombstones, gravestones there, but
that's pretty cool too. Some of them have been gone for a while.
And then you can walk from there. All of a sudden, we've become a travel log podcast. You can walk from that wonderful mission to past where Clint Eastwood's got his restaurant, and then walk all around, walk to the water, and go all the way to downtown and up that street. It's a wonderful walk.
Yeah, I've heard he plays piano sometimes in that restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I heard if you go in there on like certain Friday evenings or Saturday evenings or something, he'll periodically, semi-regularly kind of drop in and play piano.
Will he play Misty for you?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but he's not someone I'd want to say no to me. You know what I mean? I think it would be very intimidating with his that look of his.
I just made a reference to his movie where he's in a radio station and he's being terrorized by a fan. Okay. And he apparently used to own a radio station in Carmel for a long time. Wait.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Kye, when did you get married?
That was July.
Oh, congratulations!
Thanks. Thank you.
That's right. You put pictures on your Facebook, and
that's what we do. Yeah, everyone puts pictures on their face page.
She's very lovely. You lucky so-and-so.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. It's been a wonderful thing.
There were cute pictures. You're a cute couple.
Thank you.
What picture should I use for whenever I have you on, I put a picture up of you, but I don't know what picture to use this time.
Yeah, I could send you one, or you could pick one. Either way, there's shots done all the time. So,
should I just rip one off your Facebook?
Sure. Yeah, feel free. It won't bother me. Just find one you like, and hopefully it won't be too embarrassing. Probably fine.
Kai does not take a bad picture.
I got a kind of a weird bent nose. So sometimes you catch me at the right angle, and I look like an eagle that got run over or something.
Maybe I'll find another picture of you with Basil in my collection when you came to.
There's got to be at least a handful. Yeah.
Now I wanted to ask you. So the show. Mike's Daily Podcast has been. I just did the 1000th episode a few episodes back. So
congratulations, that's quite a to-do.
And I want to thank you very much for that. Congratulations. And I have just not had any people on the show lately, and I'm really honored that you were on. Because I feel when you're on, it helps bring up the class level of the station. Of the show. I mean,
that seems highly unlikely to me, but that's very flattering.
Anyway, but I just wanted to say that, and it's coming out of me. Hashtag it's coming out.
Hashtag it's coming out. I almost forgot about that. That was my favorite tour hashtag.
What? I don't want to ask what was coming out of you, but I mean, I hope it was just good music that's coming out of you.
Somebody had said something at some point. I believe it had something to do with Pete in the restroom, but just the hashtag, it's coming out of me. It's so evocative and has so many layers to it that you can use it in so many ways. It's a beautiful thing.
Which dovetails nicely into my next question. Tell me about your song "Throwing Up."
Yeah. So, "Throwing Up" is another song that relates back to my friend, and I was thinking about how because he was married at the time that he passed away, and I was thinking about how if he were like a ghost or something, how he would be a very good-natured ghost and would want his lady to, find someone else or meet someone. But then that led me to kind of this question of, well, what if someone had, the ghost was not so, amicable to certain ideas about their loved one finding a new person. So it's this kind of like thing of the ghost kind of walking around complaining about her life.
Oh. Wait, the ghost is complaining about the person still alive's life?
Yeah, because she's met someone else or whatever, and so I was thinking, this ghost would be kind of the opposite of how my friend would have behaved.
Okay. So this ghost would have been angry that she found someone new and that...
yeah, exactly. So it was just kind of, I was playing with ideas. I
see. That's cool. Gosh, there's so much behind it.
I've never said it out loud, I think, in a way where I've thought about it, so I realize how weird in saying that idea is.
No, but this is... I can't think if I've ever heard of a song with that theme in there. That's pretty groundbreaking, Kye Alfred Hillig.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's from Great Falls Memorial Interchange, and Kye Alfred Hillig is... It was fun. It sounds like this album was a lot of fun to make, and it's got such a big sound with all these great musicians playing with you too.
Yeah, we recorded it live, all in one room together.
Wow!
And I'd never done that before, and so that was kind of a fun change. We did it over about 3 or 4 days.
And what studio was that?
We did it at a place called Big Sound Studios, which is up just north of Seattle. And it's just kind of a small room. Wasn't anything to really brag about as far as the way that it looked or sounded in particular, but it was a good space that we got to use, and they let us hole up for a handful of days for not a lot of scratch. And my good friend Chris Jr., who does really good kind of live recording stuff, produced it and just let us kind of roll tape, and it was good.
Wow. Well, I want to tell the podcast listener, who I was telling on a previous segment not to be judgmental, to stop being judgmental. The podcast listener should buy this album when it comes out February 26th, because there's all kinds of deep waters and interesting topics.
Yes, hopefully so. Hopefully that someone sees value in this.
And songs you can dance to.
Yes, there's that too, which can be a bit of a contrast when you're dancing and you realize what you're dancing to.
I forget what songwriter. They said they like to write like a clown carrying a bomb, some weird thing like that.
That might have been Weird Al.
Yeah. That's a total Weird Al thing, where you're like, you're listening, la da da, oh, this sounds nice. What are they talking about? What?
Yes.
But I like that kind of songwriting. That's great.
I do too.
Well, you do it really well.
Thank you.
It's not easy to do, so applause to you. And I'm going to tell Basil that I got to talk to you again.
Yes.
And
I miss him. I miss him dearly. Every time I see pictures surface of him, you guys walking on beaches or whatever it is you're up to, I always get a little, pang in my heart for him. I miss him dearly.
Well, he's doing really well. That paw healed up just fine, and now he's getting a little gray around the snoot because he turned 7. And another boxer owner told me that they tend to get gray around that age, around the snoot. So, but
he's becoming so refined and so regal in his older age.
Yeah, he's such a regal guy. But I'm sure when he sees you again, he's gonna flip.
Oh, I will be very happy when that day comes. There's nothing I'd like than to see him and, also you as well. We'll have to hang out in San Francisco again soon, or if you come up north here.
Oh, that would be great. I want to go up there and drink beer and eat salmon. And listen.
There's a lot of that going on.
And listen to Kye Alfred Hillig play.
Yeah, I do that often here.
And maybe meet Fuzzy Bun.
he's a sweet gentleman.
And maybe even see Pete Jordan if he's around, not being afraid of buildings.
Yes, he will. We could bring him out of the barn that he lives in, and bring him out into the daylight and into technology and away from the Amish hubble that he circles generally.
Ooh, okay. But I hear they make good cheese.
Yeah, I'm sure that Pete makes a good many things. I know he does pretty well with music, so I can only imagine what he would do with cheese.
Somehow Pete Jordan cheese kind of scary. All right, anyway, so yay, Kye Alfred Hillig. All right, as we go outside a cafe anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley.
And here's today's podcast picture.
Yes, a big thank you to Kye Alfred Hillig for being on the show the past couple of days. I can't wait till he comes back again. We have such great conversations, and he makes such great music, and his new album is going to be fantastic. So the podcast picture is of Quarry Lakes. It's right there on the border of Union City and Fremont. It's these old, well, it was a quarry, as was once, as what the name suggests. They dug out the big holes in the ground looking for some sort of mineral stone. I don't know what it was they were looking for. But there at the quarries, these big holes were left behind. Water then filled them up and made these wonderful lakes, and now it's part of the East Bay Regional Park District that you can walk through, walk around, and you can walk your dog but keep him on a leash. And they're beautiful lakes, and they were really low during the summer, and now they're practically all filled up with all the rain that we've had here in Podcastro Valley, Mont, and the East Bay. But you can see that picture at mikesdailypodcast.com. Oh, and look who's here!
Addendum with Kevin.
Oh my God, Kevin's here!
Hey! Good morning.
We missed you last week.
I know, I wanted to be here, but we were all too busy, unfortunately.
What are you going to do this weekend?
I'm going to go to work.
At your beer place?
Yes, at the brewery that I work at. I'm also going to take my whole family now to the range. The gun range.
The gun range.
Yes, I know. Now, I'm not from Memphis or some redneck place where that's a family thing. But, yeah, so my youngest cousin, who's 15, she wanted to learn how to shoot. I said, yeah, I'll take you. No big deal. Sure, I like teaching people things. And then she has a cousin who's 1 year older, and she doesn't have any brothers or sisters, and it's basically the closest thing she's going to have. She goes, can Andrew come too? I go, yeah, of course Andrew can come too. Come on over. So that was going to be, let's count, me, my cousin, and her cousin. That's three.
Simple.
That's three. That's simple math. Well, now both of their moms have to come and sign off on paperwork. Okay. Let's dial that up to 5. Okay.
Are they going to shoot too?
No, they're not. They're just going to watch, though.
Oh.
Then my mother decides, well, if my sister and my niece are going to be there, I'm coming too. We're now up to 6. My mom doesn't drive. Who's going to drive her? My sister. So we're now up to 7.
Whoa.
After that, my uncle goes, oh, well, call me when you get there because I want to bring my girlfriend. I'm like, add 2 more. 8, 9. I'm like, this was supposed to be 3 people. Now it's an event. Now it's an event. I hope they serve food. How did... And I have no control over it. That's part of being an Italian family. You have no control over who shows up. I can invite you to lunch and 20 people can show up. Oh, well, Mike's coming, so we're coming too. What?
This sounds like every sitcom I've ever seen with Italian families.
Yeah, I've had girlfriends who came and they're like, your life really is Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah. Oh, there's something nice about that, though. I know you're sick of it, but like me, an only child, and my family is basically my mom, and she lives in Florida. There's all these people that are there to be, support you.
That is true, and that when you're in like bad times, it's really good to have that there. And like, I love all my cousins and stuff, but it's like, sometimes can I just be like, it's honestly, it's like you work for a company.
Oh, yeah.
It's sort of like, you show up and you plan on doing one thing today, and you go, nope, came down from the big boss uphill that we got so many assignments to do today, and then the Tampa division, they need you to do something too, but I was going to, and basically replace managers with parents, aunts, uncles, and grandparents, and that's basically what it feels like.
Wow. So you don't have a life.
Well,
you do have a life.
Your schedule is not your own, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So if you had a plan to do something, but see, now you did have a plan, and now it's been added to.
Yes.
There's more people are involved. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody can bring a picnic.
Yes.
To the gun range.
Yeah. That.
Is it underground or something?
No, it's indoors though.
Indoors. Okay. Yeah. And do you need to? Is it expensive?
It's not cheap. I'll put it that way.
Because you're paying for the bullets and everything?
Ammo's, that's expensive too, but you have to rent the range, so it's like $20 an hour. An extra shooter is an extra $2, so now I'm going to pay $24 for me and the 2 kids. That's $24 an hour. I know my uncle's going to want to sub out. That means I have to basically... Because only 2 people are allowed in the booth at one time, so that means I'm going to have to continuously swap out with everyone who wants to go in. I'm going to have to take my own time to show my uncle's girlfriend how to do this. Okay, no, don't point it that way! All right, finger off the trigger. Okay, now see here, that's how now we call this the, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. I'm racking up range time.
Uh-huh.
And then my uncle's going to do the same thing, and that's probably going to add up to another hour alone of range time.
Maybe people will flake. Like, I'm thinking about flaking on this whole hockey special soiree that's going to be involved in the station.
Dude, come on, hockey's a lot of fun. You drink beer and eat hot dogs.
But the thing is, I think I'm going to miss the whole free dinner that they're going to supply us with.
That is true, yeah. Come on, free. We work in the radio industry. Free food is basically what we work for.
Yeah. You show me a DJ, and I'll show you someone who loves free food. And we'll do everything to... What? Free food? I'll go there.
Yeah. One time when I worked at our old station, KKIQ, I ate an entire blueberry bread pudding from 11 a.m. to 5 a.m. I'm sorry, 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. They left it there. They'd had a little event, like a little potluck dinner for Christmas, and they don't invite the overnight guy, because why should they? So I showed up, and there's this, like... There's, like... It was bigger than an 8-inch cake pan, like a loaf pan, and someone made a blueberry or whatever I said, blueberry
bread pudding.
I was like, So I've never had bread pudding before. I cut like a 2-inch slice and that's pretty good.
Did it have the little glazed top?
Yeah, it had that like cream cheese frosting drizzled over the top.
Oh,
like So it's 11 a.m. I start my shift, and about 11:45, I get all my traffic, weather, news, blah, 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 my bits that I wrote. I got a 15-minute break. Hey, it'd be good, some more bread pudding. And I did that every, 30 minutes till 5 a.m. Like, I ate the whole thing.
Wow, yeah. Kevin. Those were on sale at Safeway last Friday.
Were they?
2 for $5.
Oh.
I bought 2.
Okay.
I bought a raspberry and a blueberry bread pudding cake.
If you bring the blueberry and you leave it at the station, you'll know exactly what happened to it. My pants don't fit anymore.
What's nice? One nice thing that we both know someone mutually at the station, and she will tell me in an email, or she'll tell all the part-timers, hey, we had a big lunch catered by one of our clients that sells barbecue.
Yep.
And so there's a bunch of barbecue in the fridge. You guys are welcome to it. And then the one conceited guy that we always talk about, he eats a big chunk of it. And then there's some left for me.
He needs to be taken out and beaten with a blackjack.
What's a blackjack?
It's like a little leather thing with like a metal end. So you could whip people really hard so the metal part hurts really bad, but you get a bit of flex out of it. So it's like a tiny little, almost like a little whip. Ouch.
Yeah,
it hurts. And you can knock people out with it easily.
Ooh, boy,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
so-
want that to be
yeah.
on the wrong end of that.
You hear that, Mr. Fancy Pants? We all know who you are.
So our boss here told me that there's on HBO all the 7 hours of Godfather on
Really?
HBO.
Oh, cool.
Like they found all this unfound footage or whatever.
Oh, for God's sake.
You're Italian. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. I know what he means. I'm like, I don't know. I love the Godfather movies. It's kind of, it really is entrenched in our, or I should say woven into the fabric of like my family's immigrant experience.
Okay.
At the same time, it's a movie. Just calm down, everybody, okay?
Yeah.
It's all right.
Do you know Francis Ford Coppola? I mean, that's Francis Ford Coppola's, what do you call it?
His opus magnum.
Thank you.
Yes.
I was going to say ode to cats or something.
My father knows Latin. I knew it'd
good.
come in handy someday.
Well, that you had to learn Latin if you were going to Catholic school.
I did it. My parents couldn't afford that. But but I know a handful of. He finds it very entertaining to tell me phrases.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow, you have a great family. Well, where was I going with this? Oh, so yeah, Godfather. Oh, Francis Ford Coppola. Have you been to his winery?
No, but I've seen photos and footage and seen his cars, and they're impressive.
Yeah, you can go to his winery, and there's the Hudson, whatever that movie was he did with Jeff Bridges.
I know you're talking about. He has a Tucker there.
Tucker.
He has a Tucker.
And there's something from the vampire one he did, and yeah.
He's got one of the original, the GM EV1s, the first electric car they ever made, and
No
he hid
way.
it from GM. He hid it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they leased it to everyone for like a couple of years, and they for some reason, no one knows why, they took them all and they destroyed them. They think it was like a gas company cover-up, and he has one in a shed of his winery that he said, I don't know where it went.
Oh,
and
that's
he hid it
awesome.
from GM. Like, no, we need that car back. Never seen it.
And the Zoetrope thing downtown San Francisco, across the street from the Scientologist building, near Transamerica building.
Okay.
It's just down the street from all the strip clubs and from the bookstore.
Broadway?
I don't think I'm getting weird with you,
Okay.
but I'm getting. I'm stripping. I'm stripping in front. Look, this one, City Lights.
Oh, City Lights,
I have
okay.
the City Lights T-shirt on too.
Very good.
Bookstore. Yes,
I've
that's
got the 21A shirt on.
I know. Yours is much more classy than mine. That has to do with, what's his name? Writes books. Poems.
Well, you're wearing a collared shirt, so I look like a schmuck over here.
Oh, but your hoodie could be kind of considered a collar. No.
That's a hood, not a collar.
What was it? Jack Kerouac. I could not think of Jack Kerouac. Anyway, Jack Kerouac, his poetry and stuff. Was a big beat poetry spot.
Okay.
All those guys. All right, we've jumped around all over the place.
We have.
So I know you need to get going. What?
I'd rather stay here, personally.
Oh, okay.
If I had the choice.
It's nice out here. We're outside. It rained a little
Yeah.
bit on us, but it's nice because we're both bald, and it makes our head shiny.
Yeah.
It's like a nice shining. But actually, you had a nice haircut because you still
I
got some hair.
did. Yeah.
And it looks really good. And your big
what's
bushy
there?
beard.
Yeah. I get my hair cut by a very pretty Latina young lady. And I'm not good with like the number clippers, because I think one time I went in and I asked for a 2.5. Here's what I think happened. And she's like, oh yeah, the 2.5 we have is kind of long. You just want a 2. If you get a 2 around, 2 everywhere, you're going to want a fade with the half number low. So I'm like, okay, or a half number underneath. So I said, okay, I guess in that case, I want a 2 with a 1.5 taper in the back. Easy math. So I went, wait a minute, was I supposed to get a 1.5 with a half? Or wait, or with a 1? And I kind of got confused with the step down, so I went, I'd like a 1 all the way around with a half fade. And she shaved like the right side of my head with the 1, and it's like a 1/16 of an inch. And she's like, are you sure this is what you wanted? I was like, you've already done half of my head. We're already in, so it's done is done.
What is the thing I'm seeing all the young guys do with the where they do the fade on the side, but it's all bushy on top. I'm seeing a lot of that.
Yeah, I see that a lot in like pop music dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Hey, if you got it, go for it. I used to think it was kind of like douchey. Like you see some guy with like 4 foot long, like heavy metal hair, and like, what a moron. Now you're like, I wish I had that. I wish I had that.
I want hair now.
Yeah.
No, I don't really.
Yeah, I know. Life is easier this way.
It really is so easy because you don't have to worry about bed head.
Yeah.
You just get up.
You know what I did yesterday? I did the most unclassiest thing. I didn't have time to take a shower before I came to work, so I took a cotton ball because I'm Italian, so we're naturally greasy. I took a cotton ball, and we really are greasy, because soaked in a what do you call it? Alcohol? Isopropyl alcohol. The one you put on cuts.
Like Bactine? What is that?
No, but,
not hydrogen peroxide.
Just like, like alcohol. Rubbing alcohol.
Rubbing alcohol.
And I just wiped down my head with it to degrease myself, and it worked like a charm.
Oh my god.
I was like, hey, there we go. There's saving water. Take that, drought.
Did you get like a residual alcoholic because the alcohol seeped in through your skin?
No,
Did you get it?
I used the wintergreen scented one, so I was like, my head smells like a Tic Tac. It was wonderful. Take that, Alameda County Water District.
Yeah, we saved you some water. Now get off our backs.
Yeah, I know. Lay off.
See, another benefit of being bald. Mm-hmm. The only thing is, sometimes you wake up and you get that imprint from the pillow in your skin, and it looks kind of weird.
Yeah, but that goes away after 25. I know, I wear a hat, and I have this ring where you can clearly tell where it was around my forehead and the rest of my head. Yeah, sort of like the equator when you look at the globe.
Look, it's Kevin's equator. Mm-hmm. Well, this was very profound.